Live. Qur'an down. Fix all this. I'm gonna put on my socks before the video. And sometimes I forget. Should I put on my socks? Yeah. So, again, how to waste 30 seconds on putting socks. Putting on socks. It's cold. That's why I have to put them on. So, before we begin, I want to share an understanding of a verse that I shared yesterday. So yesterday, I shared from the Qur'an, chapter 2, verse 260. And summed up, the verse is in regards to Abraham and God having a conversation. And Abraham asked God, how does he give life to the dead? And God explained it with a metaphor of the 4 birds. And it summed up, he just told Abraham, take 4 birds, train the 4 birds, put the 4 birds on the mountaintops around you, and call to them, and they will rush back. And that metaphor just means that human beings have this innate feeling that God put in us to be one with God. And when God calls you, you will rush back to God. Now, some believe that's a metaphor to mean after you die, God calls you. Or, like me, I believe it means God calls you while you're alive. And then you become one with God now while you're alive. And then after you die, you could continue this oneness with God. Now, that's just summed up the conversation, the meaning of the verse, chapter 2, verse 260. But what I want to point out today is the casual, friendly conversation that Abraham and God had. And I'll read it real quickly. And when Abraham said, my Lord, show me how you give life to the dead. God said, do you not believe? Abraham said, yes, but it is to satisfy my heart. God said, then catch 4 birds and train them to come to you. Then place them one by one on the mountains around you. And then call them, and they will rush to you. And know that God is mighty, most wise. So, the depth of this verse that I want to share today is this conversation that Abraham was having with God, and God was having with Abraham. Abraham said, God said, Abraham said, God said. And that is yoga. And the reason it's yoga is because it shows the oneness Abraham had with God. And that's what we're learning on the yoga mat. This conversation that we can have with God. So on the yoga mat, we get rid of all the barriers of judgment, control, everything. And we learn to listen to ourselves. So you listen to yourself. And we're learning this on the yoga mat. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're able to listen to yourself. And if you believe in God, then you are listening to God. So when something happens or someone tells you something, you just don't just do what they say. You have a conversation with God about it. Then you make a decision. And then if you don't believe in God, which is fine, you don't have to believe in God. You're not God. I don't care if you believe in God or not. So if you don't believe in God, you still have this conversation. And you have this conversation with yourself, with the higher self, and you decide what to do. You don't just follow. In short, you become your own guru. And that's what we're learning on the yoga mat. You're becoming your own guru. You're not listening to others. You're not getting online and then just buying everything that's being told to you. You talk it over with God. And if you don't believe in God, then you talk it over with yourself. Be your own guru. That's what we're learning. So today, we're going to do the mountain pose, 2 sun salutations with variations. And we'll settle back into the mountain pose, focusing 100% on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. And then what happens is, boop, you become one. And that is yoga. Let me get my phone, take off my glasses, because we're going to do what are we going to do? Planks. So I want to do minute planks. We'll do 2 of them, maybe 3, maybe 2, maybe 4. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. If I think too far ahead, then I won't do it. I have a general idea of what I'm going to do, but it depends. So, mountain pose. Feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. No tension in the arms, the shoulders. You're just going to watch yourself breathe. Remember, you're already breathing. So you're just going to watch it. And in the mountain pose, you're lengthening up. So straighten yourself up and then let the bones set on top of each other. And let the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton. And thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Bring the palms together. Thumbs to the heart center. Push your arms out, up and back. Inhale, it's the first stretch, so nice and easy. And you're going to exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. And then you're just going to fall into the ragdoll. Now think of the lower back and just release all the tension. And just let the body go where it goes. Let the arms dangle, the head dangles. No tension in the arms or the head, in the neck. And just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. You're letting go. That means you're not trying to pull yourself down, push yourself down. You're just accepting. Once you accept, boom, you go into yoga. Once you accept, you feel opened. The body does not dictate whether you are feeling open or not. So in this pose, from the outside view, you look closed up. And you are closed up physically. But that's what you're learning. You're learning to get in the pose. You're closed up. But once you accept, boom, you are open. The body does not dictate whether you feel open. And that's the mindset that we're taking off the yoga mat. So when you're off the yoga mat, and you're in a situation where you feel trapped in, say a job or a relationship, whatever it may be, once you accept where you are, boom, you're open. And then you'll see ways to get yourself out of it, or you'll see ways that reinterpret the relationship, reinterpret the job. You might think, you know what? I'm in an awesome relationship. You know what? I'm in an awesome job. Or it may make you think, you know what? This sucks. I'm out. And then when you're open, you'll see new ways to get out of it. New thoughts come in. So palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in, push all the air out, get all the air out. Again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in, push all the air out, get all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in. Hold the air out. We'll do 2 more. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Forehead's going to the knees. Get all the air out. And 1 more. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. As you exhale, push all the air out. Get all the air out. Pull yourself in and down. Forehead to the knees. And once all the air out is out, you keep yourself in. Then release. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Letting go. Just let go. Accept where you are. Very important pose. Very subtle pose. Very basic pose. Typical pose. Typical bend. You learn that anywhere. You learn that in elementary school. Very important though. Simpleness is great. So, the back foot, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, left leg is back. I didn't say that. And then hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching. Head is up. Palms are to the floor. Maybe you're to your fingertips. Maybe you're back like this. Maybe you're up like this. Doesn't matter. Just make sure the front knee is not going over the toes or over the toes too much. Lengthen up to the best you can. And you're feeling open. Open yourself up and just focus on the breathing. Again, feel open. 100% focus on the breathing. Remember, when you're focused on the breathing, makes you become aware. Makes you become aware. I couldn't think for a second. I started thinking about something else. I told you not to think about other things, but your breath. Then I started thinking about something else. I don't even know what it was. And with the back foot, you're going to curl the toes under. Keep the knee to the floor. Front foot stays where it's at. So the front foot, back knee lines up with the shoulders. Shoulders are square, hips are square, and you're going up. So you're reaching up. Arms can stay parallel. They can go out a little bit if you like. You're looking forward or up and get your fingers as wide as you can, reaching up. Reach as high as you can and just focus on the breathing. Now, if you're wobbling a little bit, it's fine. That's where you are. Accept it. Doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. If you're wobbling, you got to let go of judgment. Let go of trying to control it. And just accept where you are. You're learning where you are. So when you're off the yoga mat and you're in the so-called real world, you're learning where you are. You need to know where you are. You want to be in an illusion, in a delusion. Reach up higher. Just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Now palms go down to the front. We're not going to stay in the high lunge, but we're going to go into it. So the back knee goes off the floor. Get the legs straight as you can. Then downward dog. Really pushing into the downward dog. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones going to the ceiling. Heels are towards the floor. And you are pushing into this pose. But you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, you know what? I can't go any further. Find that spot. Settle. Accept. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Let the head dangle. No tension in the neck. The head is dangling. Just focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Wherever you are, if you like, push a little bit more. If you feel like, you know what, I can't push a little bit more, don't listen to me. It's just a suggestion. And if it's becoming too much, bring yourself out of the pose a little bit, or bring yourself out all the way out. Again, you're learning to listen to yourself. You're becoming your own guru. And then you're going to go into the plank. Now with the plank, we're going to stay in it for, a minute. Where's my stopwatch? Don't go in it yet. We're going to go together. So fingers wide as you can get them. Middle fingers are pointing straight out. Feet are hip width apart, if you can get them. Back is straight or straight as you can get it. Head is up, maybe, or down. Not all the way down. Straight. And then the abs are engaged. So you're not sucking the abs in, you're just tightening them, bringing them in. Belly button's into the spine. So when you hollow out the abs, you're sucking in, pushing the chest up. That's not what you want to do. You just want to tighten the abs. And if it's too much, go to hands and knees. Or you go to just bring your knees down. Keep the back straight still. And just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. And then you're going to push yourself back. Downward dog, really, really push into it now. Focus on the breathing. You slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Palms, of course, are to the floor. You just focus on the breathing. Remember, 100% focus on the breathing. If this is too much, you go to hands and knees and to the cow, arch the back. Or you go to the small cobra, bring your chest off the floor, palms are touching the floor, but you're not pushing up, you're pulling up. You're using the back muscles, which are pull muscles. Just feel open. Remember, you're still feeling open. Focus on the breathing. Then back to downward dog. Really push into the downward dog. And you push into the spot right before you feel like, you know what? Can't go any further. Find that spot. Settle there. And just focus on the breathing. Accept where you are. Doesn't matter. We're doing yoga. Yoga is not about doing the perfect pose. You can do yoga washing dishes. You can do yoga driving down the street. You can do yoga walking, jogging, cutting the grass, whatever. If your mind and body is connected, then you're doing yoga. Don't judge it. Yoga is a mind and body exercise, so you focus on the process, not goal-oriented. All that stuff will happen. Balance, coordination, all that happens. So that back. We're going to go to plank. Abs are engaged. Feet are hip width apart. They can be closer or wider if you need to have them closer or wider. And you're right on top of yourself. And fingers, middle fingers are pointing straight out, but fingers are wide as you can get them. Just like you're about to do a push-up. So you're not out like this. You're not further in. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. We're just going a minute. We're going to go 30 more seconds. And just focus on the breathing. Keep the abs engaged. 10 more seconds. Find that spot where you settle and you just set. And if you're shaking and you're moving, that's fine too, man. That's where you are. That's what you're learning. Where you are. That's important. You need to find out where you are. And back to downward dog. Really pushing the downward dog. You're learning where you are. You're learning to accept that you're wobbling. Fine. You're learning that you're shaking when you're in the plank. Fine. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're in a so-called real world and you're wobbling around or you're shaking, you're wondering, hey, that's where you are. Accept it. And then from there, you move forward. Then you can move on. And then left foot is up between the hands, low lunge. Low lunge, top the foot to the floor in the back. Knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching, so the front knee's not over the toes. The back is arching, hip bones are pushing forward, and head is going up. Maybe you took your fingertips. Maybe you're up like this. Maybe you're just like this. Maybe you're like this. So many different ways you can be. The point is, just accept it, man. Just accept it. Accept where you are. Just focus on the breathing. Even if you could do it physically, and your mind is saying, you know what, I don't feel like doing this today. That's fine. That's fine. The mind might be telling you, don't do it this way today because injury, because you're just lazy. That's fine too. You're accepting. You're accepting, hey, today I feel lazy. Nothing wrong with that. Laziness is a feeling. You're accepting it. And then, boom, next thing you know, you're in yoga. You're in yoga. You're one. You're within the oneness. You are the oneness. It's all about acceptance. Now with the back foot, we're going to go into the monkey. So curl the toes under in the back. The front foot lies with the left shoulder. Same with the knee. Right shoulder. Square up the shoulders, reaching up. Arms parallel. Fingers wide as you can get them. Or they go out. The arms can go out. You look forward or up. And you're reaching up. Whatever you're doing, get the fingers as wide as you can. Middle fingers pointing straight up. And just focus on the breathing. Again, if you're wobbling, doesn't matter. Really doesn't. Why would it matter, man? That's where you are. That's where you are. Be true, be one. Be true, be one. What does it say? Be true, be you. I wrote that a long time ago, and I still don't know what it says. No, I know what it says. Be true, be you. It is be true, be one, actually. Reach up higher. And then palms go down. High lunge. Just for a second or so. Then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Focus on the breathing. Think of the lower back for a second and then boom, release. Just let the arms dangle, the head dangle. Now palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in. And just focus on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Whoa, they almost wobble. Turn palms out, push everything down and out. You're going to go to mountain pose. Now we have one more sun salutation. And what we're going to do is we're going to go faster, faster, faster. So when you're opening up the body like this, or the low lunge, or the upward dog, you're inhaling as much as you can. And then once you inhale as much as you can, you release. And then just focus on the breathing. You're already breathing. Just focus on that breathing. Don't control it, just focus on it. And then when you're in a closed position, so you're opening up, and then you close up, exhale all the air out. Get all the air out. That's in the standing forward bend, the downward dog. And just get all the air out. And once all the air leaves, release, and then just watch yourself breathe. Don't control that breathing, just watch it. And what will happen, for the goal, the objective, is to let the sun meditation become a form of a moving meditation. And that happens because you're focused on the breathing. And when you're focused on the breathing, that is the link that allows the mind and body to become one. But it's also the focus that allows you to become aware of the movements, become aware of what's being stretched. Become aware of so-called issues you might have in your knee or your lower back or your shoulder, whatever it may be. But that awareness is just awareness. You're just aware of it. You're not becoming your so-called problems. You're just aware. That is what allows it to be a moving meditation. So fingers shoulder width apart. Toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. No tension in the arms or the shoulders or the neck. And just release. And just focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale, inhale as much as you can. Then you exhale, exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. Standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out, and then release. And just watch yourself breathe. The left leg is back into a low lunge, opening up. Inhale as much as you can. And then release. And then just watch yourself breathe. The downward dog, exhale. Get all the air out. Push all the air out. Then release. And watch yourself breathe. The upward dog, inhale as much as you can. Modify the pose how you have to. And then release. And then just watch yourself breathe. Downward dog, pushing into it. Get all the air out. And then release. And watch yourself breathe. The left foot is up between the hands. Low lunge. Opening up. Inhaling. Inhale as much as you can. And then release. And just watch yourself breathe. And standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out, push all the air out. And then go ahead and release and watch yourself breathe. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then exhale, turn the palms out, push the air down and out. Standing forward bend, mountain pose. Settle in the mountain pose. Remember, the body just stand as if you were just your skeleton. You know, watch yourself breathe. You're not going to, can't speak. You're not going to control it. You're just going to watch it. You're already breathing automatically. So you're just going to watch it. Many times you'll start to control it. And if you do, just release and watch. And what will happen is that you'll start to think about other things, most likely. And when you do, don't judge it. Doesn't matter. Just bring your focus back to watching yourself breathe. Then it'll happen again. And then just bring yourself back. Watch yourself breathe. And then what will happen is eventually you'll realize you're the thing watching your thoughts. We're just going to stay here a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. Bring the palms together. Namaste. That's it. So that's number 170. YouTube Live Yoga Routine. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste. Peace and love.